Welcome back to 3-Day RV. I'm Keith if you're new to the channel. This week's video, we're going to be looking at the TravlFi routers that are geared for the traveling community, specifically for RVers. But you can use them in all different types of situations if you're traveling. And we have their three offerings that they make. We have a good, better, and best. Each one of these are a little bit different, and each one has pros and cons to them. And I'll give you some examples as we go along. But this is the Journey 1, and this is the XTR router. And this is the XTR Pro. And so there are strengths and weaknesses with each one, and let's start right out with them. This little TravlFi router here, you simply charge it up and you push this button, and you'll see these LEDs pop up. You push and hold it for just a couple of seconds, and then these LEDs light up as they're doing right now. And that's it. This thing is ready to go. You turn it on for the first time, and you use the username and password. You can change your security on here. But basically, you drop this in your pocket, and you can take off. You can put it in your backpack or your briefcase, and wherever you go, you have a 4G router that you can use, okay? So this is a good option, and it travels very well. For hikers and people like that, this is a really good option, okay? I don't know how long the battery runs totally. I used it for about 6 hours, and it still had battery, and I went ahead and plugged it in because I knew I was be shooting this video. I wanted to give you some test results with it. So this is a very good option. So this is the XTR router, and this one also, this is 4G. It does have dual band Wi-Fi. You can see you got several LAN ports you can plug in. We've used this particular router now for a year and 10 months, and it's been a very good router for us. And we've traveled with it all the way from Michigan out west, Florida and back. And there's only been a couple places where it didn't work really good, and that's because there was just virtually no cell service. So this is a good router, and what I really like about this router, it has several plans, like all of them do, but it has several plans, but it has one feature that these don't have. This one can be switched internally. There's a couple little things when you log into the browser, and there's a couple setup changes you can make, and you can make this one a repeater. So what's that mean? It's simple. If you've got a host Wi-Fi that's pretty good, like at a good campground that has decent Wi-Fi, you can use the username and password if you know it. You can log into this, and it basically becomes a repeater amplifier for their Wi-Fi. So now you're not using any data at all, and that is a really good deal because you get to save some money with that. So this is a pretty solid router. It's 4G, it is multi-carrier, and it does have a spot on the TravlFi portal where you can force it to go to look at different cell signals for strength. Okay, so that's how this one works. It does a little bit of everything. It's pretty good. Is it the fastest? Nope. It is 4G technology, but it is very reliable. Okay, so these two are both 4G. They're both pretty good. This one's portable. This one's really not, unless you got one of those portable power stations to plug it in. It does have the DC power supply that you plug into a 120 volt outlet for power. But if you have a little tabletop power supply, absolutely, you could plug this in, be out in the middle of nowhere and plug it in and have some Wi-Fi. Okay, so that does work. This one is highly portable. Put it in your pocket and go. This one, not so much. This one is the new one that was released this year, sometime around April or May of 2024. This is called the XTR Pro, and this one is wicked fast. Now, this one is a 4G LTE and a 5G router, and the cool thing about this, it is also multi-network. I've personally seen 3 different services on here that works. The cool thing about this router is it has the 4G for a backup, and it automatically shifts back should you lose a 5G signal. We use this going down the highway. My wife can actually get on her tablet and pull a movie down, upload a video. It works really good. But the difference in speeds are night and day. As you all know, when you upgrade your cell phone, you know how that works. When, new technology, it's better, faster, and so on. Most of the time, not always. This one will run circles around the 4G LTE routers. It's by design, it's the 5th generation. It's very quick. As you can see, it does have 6 antennas. And I do have this one mounted in my RV, and I do have a rooftop antenna that kind of magnifies the signal, makes it even better. There's another video out there you can catch on that one. I'll put it in the description if you're interested in seeing that. But this 5G router is lightning quick. Right here in Site 6 at Blackberry Hills Hip Camp, this thing pulled down 290 megabyte download just a couple minutes ago before I unplugged it to bring it out here. It pulled down 290 with 37 up. And that's pretty quick for camping speeds. It's pretty quick for a lot of places out in the boonies. So it's pretty good. This one, the speed test that I had, this one pulled down 105. That was the best speed test out of 3. Download 105, and it had about a 22 upload speed. So you can see there's a difference in speed in the two. Again, 5G, 4G. And this one was a little bit slower, and I'll explain why. This one was 4G, but it's got a lot smaller antenna. As you can see, there are no visible antennas. It's a coil on the inside, whereas these have external antennas. And this one, I was using the RV antenna on the roof. Now, the RV antenna definitely is way up high, and it gets above some trees and bushes, so it's going to be faster. So I'm going to put some speed tests, a couple of quick things down, so for you guys to reference that so you can see these things. I also have links to all these routers that'll get you a discount. And don't forget, there is definitely a Black Friday sale coming up where you can definitely save up to $150 off on this. And I'm not sure on this, but I will drop it in the description. There are several savings plans you can get with just about every one of these routers and other devices that they have out on their website.
I wanted to mention to you, as we've been telling you with our travels, that we've been using the original XTR Journey router. It's been great, but we upgraded to the 5G router, the one on the right hand side that's white. That's category 19. That's a 5G failover to 4G router. It is an incredible router. It does provide the fastest internet speeds and lowest latency of the complete line. It does have the automatic failover, which means if the signal integrity gets weak on the 5G, it will shift back to the 4G LTE service in all areas where 5G isn't quite available yet. You know, that's a growing technology. The other part about this that's incredible, that multi-network service. Whenever you're in an area and you change hands as you're going from tower to tower to tower, this thing automatically and seamlessly changes, where the other ones sometimes take a little intervention cycling power. But my favorite part of all is it's easy, plug and play out of the box. You can use their username and passwords that's in there. You can change them to your own as well. But probably the best part of all is you can pause these, turn them back on. It doesn't cost you any penalties. They're very flexible data plans. There's no contracts, no commitments. You can cancel and restart the service anytime without paying a dime for reactivation fees. So this should help you when you're making decisions on what type of router suits you best for the type of camping and traveling that you do. Be sure to check out TravlFi.com for the Black Friday sales. You don't want to miss this. This is the cheapest price of the year so far. And if this video did you any good, please let me know by hitting that like and subscribe. And as always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I don't get to them every day, but I'll do my best. Let me know if I can help you. So we'd appreciate if you could hit that like button, and we'll see you next week.